Good afternoon, Kadir.
What exactly did you want to respond to with regards to the interview we recently had with the former Interior CS, Dr. Fred Matiang'i?
Well, there are legacy of issues, chief of which is the culture of impunity, which Dr. Matiang'i epitomizes and exemplified, particularly when he served as the Interior Cabinet Secretary. But I specifically wanted to refer to many instances where Dr. Matiang'i subjected not just me to atrocious abuse, torture, and violations of my constitutional and human rights, but also defied multiple court orders in an egregious and unconscionable manner. Dr. Matiang'i exemplified the abuse of power in its purest form. And then when you hosted him, I barely had him interrogated on what he did. The Rivayala murders, the abduction that he engaged in, the destruction of my house, my abduction and detention in Comunicado, and torture of many days in defiance of multiple court orders. His forceful exile of me, one when I was sedated and unconscious and dumped in Dubai, and then subsequently him issuing illegal red alerts and stopping me from returning to Kenya for 5 long years. If we want to transform the country, and I believe we do as Kenyans, we cannot tolerate, entertain, and coddle characters like Matiang'i, who have not been punished, even though there were several court orders that found not just that he subverted the constitution, but that he was unfit to hold public office.
Okay.
He has not honored any of those court orders. He has not paid the damages that he was awarded to pay, including the conviction by Justice Odunga on March 28, 2018, which he has not purged, the contempt conviction that he has not purged.
Okay. Daktari, you talked about the unfit part of him holding office. But where then do you draw the line? Because you supported the appointing authority, President Uhuru Kenyatta, whose government was accused of gross human rights violations, and including the nil objectivity in terms of implementing the TJRC report, which had received more than 40,000 submissions, including exiling Kenyans, including you in 1988-87, and also the Wagala massacre and land injustices in Kenya. Where is the moral authority?
You see, the problem with the Kenyan media, including yourself, is that instead of embracing your role, which is enshrined in the Constitution, to speak truth to power, to represent public interest, to advocate for public interest, and to be able to project accurate historical facts, you are engaged in propaganda. Uhuru Kenyatta was not president in 1987 when I was detained and exiled by President Moi. Uhuru Kenyatta was president in 2013.
Well, Dr. Miguna, to just pause you. Dr. Miguna, to just yeah, you will finish up. So that you get it correct, Dr. Miguna, allow me to point this out.
Allow me to finish my statement first.
Dr. Let's be civil and we stick to the issues. What I pointed out was the question of the moral authority here. You have accused Dr. Matiang'i of the Rivayala killings, agreed, rights of Kenyans were violated. But you supported the appointing authority in 2017, whose administration, when the TJRC report was launched, had virtually nil intention to implement it for Kenyans who were exiled out of their country, who were killed during the Wagala massacre, whose lands were forcefully taken to get justice. That is the administration whose candidate you supported in 2017 and who was the appointing authority of Dr. Fred Matiang'i.
You are distorting things, Mr. Abdikadir, and I'm going to correct you, and please don't interrupt me. because if you interrupt me and I don't interrupt you, then we cannot engage in a civil conversation. Number one, you are trying to run away from the fact that it was Uhuru Kenyatta and Dr. Matiang'i who invaded my house and destroyed it on the 2nd of February 2018. I don't want you to run around and to avoid that fact. I could not have supported the destruction of my house. Of course, after I was abducted and tortured in violation of the Constitution and all my rights, and in defiance of court orders, Dr. Matiang'i went on television and released a statement after 6 days of my torture, brutal torture, which you refuse to acknowledge. And I have a copy of what Dr. Matiang'i released to the media, and I will read it. I, Fred Matiang'i, PhD, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government, responsible for immigration matters, blah, 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 hereby declare that Miguna Miguna, who is not a citizen of Kenya and whose presence in Kenya is contrary to national interest, be removed from Kenya to his country of origin, Canada, and further direct that the said Miguna Miguna remain in prison custody while arrangements for removal are being undertaken. Mm-hmm. He signed this on the 6th of February 2018 after Justice Wakiaga had issued an order of habeas corpus directing Dr. Matiang'i to release me, and after Justice Kimaru had issued repeated orders for my release, and that if he had any charges against me, he should take me to court. You're trying to run away from that.
Okay.
You see, the problem with the Kenyan media is that you have never even showed the destruction of my home. You've never actually even played clips of it. You have never played the clips of my torture. You've never played clips when Dr. Matiang'i violated and defied court orders and took me to the court in Kajiado, and then forcefully removed me from Kenya on the 6th of February 2018, and for him to have done the same on March 26th, okay, and continue to do so in violation of many, many court orders. You're trying to run away from that, but I will not allow you, because that's why I came today for this interview.
All right.
I'm not going to go back to where you want to go back to, because that has nothing to do with what I came here to talk about. Okay. And I'm going to focus on violations and egregious abuses that Dr. Matiang'i engaged in.
Yes. Dr.
This
Miguna,
is my passport Dr. Matiang'i actually destroyed, physically destroyed.
Okay.
This is my valid Kenyan passport.
Okay.
Let's talk about these issues, because if we don't, we are not going to help this country.
Point taken, Daktari. And you have always championed for the cardinal principle of constitutionality. We'll talk more about that. This was just a starter of what will be forthcoming, including the status of your cases, the remedies that you are seeking from the government, why are you not on the ground, and also the violations of the rights of other Kenyans, and your support for President William Ruto in 2022, and some of your controversial tweets here on the broadcast. Daktari, stay with us, and we'll be getting back to you for this special Sunday Live interview. For now, though, I'll get back to Olive for the continuity of the broadcast.